I agree with you, Brother Chris. I think so too. And, so, if growth is not just about getting older and it's about becoming more of who, walking in your purpose and becoming who you were meant to be, then, how do you define growth? Me personally, personal growth to me means a few things. Number one, expanding your character, becoming, better. Your mindset has to change. You have to start thinking big picture and not just little picture. You can't just see right in front of your face. You can't just think about what's right out in front of you. You have to start thinking about the whole. And I think that's one of the things that, with this work that God has placed us in here, is he's forced me out of the 3 or 4 and no more mindset. And even past that now, I'm starting to, I'm really in my mind now is always this whirlwind of what can we do to affect the most amount of people? What can we do here to help draw the most amount of people to a place where they can enjoy fellowship, community, friendship, relationship, not just with Christ, but with other believers and other people, and, have a place to come, a place of refuge, a place where they can just, they don't have to drive an hour and a half to have a good time. Can just drive up the road 5 or 10 minutes, or down the road 5 or 10 minutes, or across the road for a minute or so, to get to a place out in the middle of nowhere where God can help them through community and through relationships with other people. I don't know, Miss Kathy makes a great point there, and I see you other guys comment too. Those are great points as well. Just to kind of zero in on what Kathy said just for a minute about teaching other people. When I started teaching, at the time I felt like I'd been, I had already been called to preach. And when my pastor asked me to teach, I thought, man, I thought it was going to be a step back. And I actually figured out after I started doing it that it was really helped me step up. It helped me step forward. And because I studied harder to teach other people. I studied even harder than I did when I studied to preach, because teaching taught me so much more than I thought I already knew. And I began to learn so many different things and so many new things. So personal growth is about expanding your character, your mindset, but also this is something I picked up. It's about expanding your resilience. You have to learn to be resilient. And that's something I still struggle with, is resilience. And I'll just be transparent with you about that. I'm not very good at being resilient. When things get hard, I'm the first one to gripe, and I'll pout and moan and groan and bellyache and, oh Lord, why's it got to be so hard? But, after I've had my time to pout it out, somebody will come along behind me and give me a swift kick in the rear. I ain't gonna name no names, but she's 5 foot tall, brown headed, and y'all know who she is. She calls herself the princess. Man, the kids call her the queen. I don't know. I'm not naming no names, but generally that's the shape, the form it comes in, and she has learned that